Women are furious. Instead of frolicking through the fields of equal pay and state-funded childcare our feminist foremothers fought for, we're hanging on by shredded fingernails to rapidly eroding fundamental rights. Sexual assault doesn't seem to disqualify a man from public office. Instead, they brag about it like it's a qualification. And every news cycle seems to bring a fresh story featuring our girl children trafficked for the pleasure of wealthy, powerful men and covered up by their cronies. We know that it has never been more important for us to speak, to be able to communicate the truth of our experiences, to ask for what we want, to be able to articulate our vision for the future we want to live in, and then make that vision happen. And yet, what I hear from most women is self-blame. Truly badass women telling me about freezing, moments when they know they should say something, moments when they need to say something, or maybe it's too many things, but when they open their mouths, nothing comes out. Sometimes this freeze happens in high-stakes scenarios when a job or their safety is on the line. On one hand, this makes it worse and certainly far more dangerous. By the time they've returned to their bodies, his hand is up their skirt, the job has gone to someone else, or they've agreed to do something they really didn't want to. But on the other hand, they can't understand why it happens in ultra-low-stakes scenarios too. Like when the guy making their latte asks if they're single, and why can't they predict when the speechlessness is going to set in? Baffled women confess that they don't know which version of themselves is going to show up for a meeting. Will it be the deer in headlights peeling herself off the conference room floor only to get steamrolled again? The one who mumbles a brilliant idea into her mug just so the guy next to her can helpfully restate it and take the credit? Or the fearless Amazon who effortlessly holds the room in the palm of her hand, whose logic and charisma make her so irresistible she could ask her team to ride to hell and back? Mansplainers and man-interrupters exist in every workplace, so how come she's mostly able to neutralize those guys with a cocked eyebrow? Except on the days when she sounds like a harsh, bitter shrew even to herself. I can, and have, filled pages with women's bewilderments. I was just about to ask this guy to help me with my stroller on the stairs, but when he offered to help me, I heard myself saying, "No, that's okay, I'm fine." When my boyfriend said he wanted a night alone, I got so depressed I went straight to bed. I knew he just wanted to play his new video game, but I still felt completely annihilated. It felt like he was rejecting me. When the holy day came and my boss finally asked me exactly what resources I needed to complete a major project on time, why did I only give him half of my list? A recent study showed that women who knew the average salary for a job proceeded to ask for less than that when they were negotiating for themselves. Another study. Many women find it much more challenging to ask for a raise than remain catastrophically underpaid. And another. Women wait to be 100% qualified for management positions, whereas men don't hesitate to apply, which at least explains why so many women end up answering to less qualified men. At first blush, the items on this laundry list may seem unrelated except in the most general sense, women getting in their own way. But in fact, every one of these is a symptom of the same underlying cause. And that cause is not insecurity or childhood trauma or women loving themselves less than men do. Indeed, these paradoxes show up in the lives of the most therapized, self-actualized, self-loving women I know. In fact, what appears to be a confidence gap could be considered yet another symptom of this underlying problem. Of course, it is fundamentally destabilizing to realize we can't trust ourselves to reliably, consistently, effectively advocate for ourselves. And to know that speechlessness may ambush us at any time, no matter how prepared we are. The mystery isn't solved by a big picture concept like sexism either, though there's no shortage of evidence that misogyny is alive and well. Actually, It's good news that sexism isn't the culprit, because it means we don't have to wait to dismantle the patriarchy to put our hands on the levers of power.